Oh, I just want to add one. Oh, I just want to add one more thing. The last part, I know, may have been a little bit off. May have been little bit off topic, but it was kind of around the same area. But it's about being successful too. But that's one of the things too, though. Like I was saying, but the audience really cared about that when Christian Cage came to TNA, because he was, a rising star in WWE. Christian Cage was starting to see the spotlight in the WWE. He was the main. He was becoming a main eventer. He was becoming a top guy. People cared about him. They liked him. The fans did Christian. They were really into him, or they wanted him to have a main event push. He had that for a little bit, but I don't know. The ball. They dropped the ball on him, and they kind of messed up with him. They held him back a little bit after he was a main eventer in the spotlight for a little bit. They started sidelining him a little bit. I'm not going to get too much into that, but it's mainly because of Captain Charisma thing. But whatever, he started getting sidelined. It's kind of been a while, but I'm not gonna get into that. But you could check that out with Christian Cage. He talks more about that and better about that. But I don't want to get too much into that and waste time. But thing is, though, he came to TNA because they gave him a chance. So, and fans, they want to see something different. They want to see, just like other people went to other wrestling promotions and became successful. Or Christian, they started seeing him in the spotlight. In this case, in WWE, but he left because they wouldn't give him a chance because of all the politics. Then they wouldn't. Vince McMahon did not see Christian as world champion because it's too much politics in WWE. Because he's not big enough. He's too small. Because he didn't have the look. He did not have it. They thought that, but it's a great story though when he went to TNA. But I mean, these things were all true about Christian. What Vince McMahon, the people, the in WWE, or what the WWE thought about him. It's the politics, but that's the thing. But when they use that comeback story, for Christian Cage, it's a great story though for TNA to show that Christian Cage really persevered. That makes for a great story, and that's why that was a real successful story for Christian Cage and TNA because he overcame the odds. He overcame adversity. He became world champion despite what anybody said about him. He went to TNA. They took a chance on him. He wrestled a few guys, and then within 2 months or 3 months, he came to TNA in November. You see December, January, February. Within 3 months, he in February he became I believe it was February. It was at Slammiversary in 2006. In February or so of 2006, Christian Cage won the world title. That's a great story. He won it for the first time. It took him to get to TNA. It took him to get to TNA to win the world title. Christian defied the odds. He overcame. And what a great way to win the world title. Actually, he won that world title at against all odds. What a great story. And also, well, the pay-per-view says it for itself because Christian he truly did overcome the odds because he overcame adversity. WWE, they didn't give him a shot to win the world title. I mean, they didn't, they weren't going to ever give him a chance to win the world title at the time. And it seems like they were, but I know they stopped the push on him. They didn't pull the trigger on Christian, but he overcame the odds going to TNA. He overcame the politics, and that's a great storyline. And that's the same thing these other wrestling companies have to do too. Like what I said, what Matt Hardy said, and all that other stuff I said. You have to, give the wrestlers a chance. Let them know what you want them to do, what's going to work, what's not going to work for the company, and what's going to get them over with the fans, what's going to make the fans care about them, what storylines are going to work with the fans, what storylines are going to get the wrestlers over, what storylines are going to get the fans really interested and get really invested into the story and into the show, into the product, and what storyline's really going to get the fans invested in the wrestlers, and what characters, what personalities, what body language, what mic skills, ring skills, what wrestling abilities is going to get the fans very interested in you and invested. That's what these indie companies and all these wrestling company promotions on TV like TNA, Ring of Honor, even WWE has to do to get more fans. WWE, even they do. They can't even get 20 million views like they used to. But it's gonna be a while to get back to that. But especially that's what TNA and Ring of Honor need to do. But let me know what you think in the comments below and what videos you want to do next time on. I could do movie reviews or review food like Guy Fieri and all that. But check out my other channel, Cheesy42. It's ErCheesy, and then you put a space 42, or you put 42. Okay, thank you for watching the ErDoodles show. ErDoodles in and out. The ErDoodles show. The ErDoodles show. It's the ErDoodles show coming back to you. This is not a ripoff of Cody Rhodes. It's a TNA a wrestling theme. It's just a parody. Whoa, I just revealed it now. It was just a parody. The ErDoodles show is coming back.